Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Trinidadi, and let's queer up entertainment. Wicked's out Cynthia Erivo will next play Jesus Christ, and Evangelicals are imploding. Queer actress Cynthia Erivo, who is riding a new wave of fan hype after her iconic portrayal of Elphaba in the Wicked film adaptation, is creating waves of a different kind with the announcement of her new role. This week, she announced on her Instagram that she will be playing the role of Jesus in Jesus Christ Superstar for one weekend. Her performances will be the first weekend of August at the Hollywood Bowl in Los Angeles. And while LGBTQ fans are thrilled, the religious right is not happy with a queer black woman playing the savior. On the Hollywood Bowl's announcement post on Instagram, one user wrote, quote, "Hollywood is making fun of us now. A black female Jesus? That's too much and it's ugly. I've seen very few things more ridiculous than this, and there will be fools who like and support this decision. Cynthia Erivo playing Jesus Christ is a disgrace," end quote. Since its premiere in 1971, Jesus Christ Superstar has featured people of various gender identities and races in their titular role. Many of those who are arguing against her casting are likely not aware of that, like Australian Senator Ralph Babet, who wrote on X, quote, "Self-proclaimed queer Cynthia Erivo is set to play Jesus Christ. Blasphemy. This isn't about creativity. It's a direct attack on Christianity, a deliberate insult to our faith and traditions. They mock what is sacred, believing there will be no consequences. These relentless attacks on our beliefs will not stop unless we stop them. Christianity is under siege, and we cannot negotiate with evil. We must eradicate it," end quote. So I saw this story a day, I think, ago, because my friend is the assistant choreographer on the show. I have to say my heart kind of sank when I saw it. And it's not because I think that there's a problem with Cynthia Erivo playing Jesus in this. It's the time that we're in. And I've talked many times on this show about every time you decide to go in one direction in a tumultuous time like this, you're going to get a ton of backlash. And I really do feel that this is going to take us back from some of the steps that we have made forward, because the Trump administration, they are floundering right now, and they're doing their very best to cover up what they can to still keep their base. But I've seen a lot of cracks in their base lately, like people who have been supportive of him and the economy. They're seeing what's going on now, and it's a complete circus that they did not vote for, right? So,
well, they did.
They did vote. Well, what I'm saying is that they didn't vote for what is happening now. They didn't think that it was necessarily, and I'm not saying everybody, I'm saying a percentage of them, right? So the buyer's remorse is starting to kick in. There is a lot going on with Christian nationalism, particularly white Christian nationalism, and there is this huge culture war. And I know some people think we should just go head first in the other direction and then just counteract it, but I just always feel history teaches us that it doesn't work out that way. Mm-hmm. The more that we resist in a different type of way, Cynthia Erivo it's not like she looks like Jesus, I would think, in any way, as far as she's not she doesn't look androgynous to me. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe to other people she looks androgynous or something like that, but I just don't think that representation in this climate is going to do the best for our community. But I wish her well on it. I wish everybody in the production well and my friend well. I just think that we need to think about the choices that we make as an LGBTQ community, that we come together a little bit more and create a strategy that's going to flip these House seats, that's going to do what we need to do to get power back. Because we can fight all we want, and we have been voicing our opinions, but if our power is being lost, we're just screaming into the darkness.
Okay, wait a second. This is a production of a Broadway play that has historically been challenging to the community, and I mean by community, the world. Since Jesus Christ Superstar first hit off-Broadway and then Broadway,
even then it's a rock opera. But
sure,
it has been roiling the religious community since day one. So, excuse me for my language, but fuck it. Since day one, this has always been a challenge.
Agreed.
And over the last, it began in what, the 70s, early 70s? 71. So over the last 50 years, it has been a boil on certain religious communities.
And they don't do their homework for it, but they get mad at it. So you said it started back in the 70s. I remember when the movie came out in the 80s
challenging
or
stereotypes.
whatever.
Yeah, and it's 2 days.
Well, it's 2 days. Don't go see it. In my world, my God is actually a black woman. All right. So this is my belief, right? You know what I mean? So I don't think it's too far from the actual reality.
But that's my
point. Like Jesus to me.
You know, I mean.
But that's my point. How many times have I gone to different religious communities and they're like, you know, Christ is everybody because Christ is within you. Well, then what's the problem? You know, it's a 2-day performance. It has always been a performance. Jesus Christ Superstar has always been a production that has irritated certain religious people. I'm tired of being.
And she's going to sing the fuck out of it.
And she's going to sing the hell out of it. You know, evangelicals are going to be evangelicals. They're going to be mad no matter what, without doing their homework and without even watching the movie or the show or anything to find out.
So fill the seats and get over it. And if you don't like it, don't show up.
Now, if I can say as a response to you, Trini, this play, you stated in the story that the titular character Jesus is played by literally anybody. So it doesn't matter what race, gender identity they are. It just so happens that during this time period, the fact that it is a queer black woman, it stands out more because of the time period.
Because she's famous.
Because she's famous, have there been other famous people playing? I'm not expecting you to know that because I don't think we've done research on it.
I mean, her fame right now because of Wicked. She's one of the top stars in entertainment.
And
you said we have to be more strategic. How is it not strategic to have this woman play this role? Strategic, let's talk business. Strategic business-wise. She was the hottest thing last year. So obviously you're going to cast her in this film or play. Musical in this musical to draw a large crowd. Is it going to upset people? Yes. From what I'm hearing from the older people, 1, 2, 3, 4. This play has been upsetting people.
So tired.
Yeah.
Much like you. So this has been upsetting people for decades.
Yeah.
So people been mad and they're going to stay mad.
So is the strategy to make him white? To make him a white man? Because according to the Bible, he wasn't even white. I just want to make sure.
No, I agree. He looked more like me.
Yes, actually.
So
he was
I just think that if they took any other person that was a queer black woman that wasn't Cynthia Erivo at this time, it wouldn't be making the waves that it is. And I know that
as much money.
Or as much money, though. Yeah.
That doesn't help our cause. Whether they make money on it.
But they want to be successful. They don't care about our cause. Their point is to have a successful.
And that's why I'm just saying that it is, the climate that we live in, there is going to be that opposition. We're feeding that ammunition to say, look, they are trying to take over. They're mocking our freaking Lord and Savior.
Good,
in the same way that anybody who is Muslim and you depict Muhammad as a woman or as a drag queen, it's going to raise issues because there are people who have these deeply held beliefs. This is my Lord and this is my Savior.
Yeah.
Their religion.
No, I get it.
That's what art does. That's what art does.
But so let's do it exactly following with what you're saying, right? One of the quotes from one of the crazy evangelicals, they said, "Absolute blasphemy. May God be merciful on those who taunt him and disobey his word. For you are lost, and I pray that you are found." Okay. This makes people want to be violent in God's name. That is what scares me about it. You know what I mean?
That's part of it. And by the way, I'm not saying that it's a bad idea. I don't care about religion. Be offended all you want. I'm just saying political strategy. I think this is losing for us. All I think about is that we have to flip 3 seats. All right, that's my main goal. I don't care about anything else right now.
Okay, but you're talking about a group of people that will not vote for us regardless. So the ones that are screaming...
That's not true. That's not true. There are people who will change.
And then there are people who will not.
There are people who will not. But I'm saying it's those people in the gray, in that middle ground that we need.
But those people in the middle arms about Cynthia Erivo playing Jesus are not going
if that wavers them, that's not our fault.
That's not true either.
Because if that's what pushes them to the other side of the fence, that's not our fault.
So much it was in the evangelical community, white and black. And I tell you, the white evangelical community, they are not as anti-gay as you think they are. But when they see something like this is a trigger.
That's from your point of view.
But
a lot of people at this table alone have grown up in very religious spaces.
Yeah.
And we can tell you the opposite. We can tell you there are people who hated gay people for no goddamn reason. So no, we're not going to be less gay. We're not going to be less black to convince people to lean
guys,
to one side.
Go back of the table. Again, the story was about Cynthia Erivo playing Jesus
And
Christ.
she got that job. Go ahead, girl.
And it's 2 days.
Go, girl. It's 2 days. I get
And
Trini's part as well.
to you.
Yes.
You know,
Cynthia.
yeah, we will be supporting it, and it's not her fault. And it will be probably the most successful Jesus Christ superstar in.
And she's going to do great.
And that is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ plus stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.